Hey guys, it's me, Liz, takadashua. I am back. Hello. I still haven't uploaded my other video. By the time this goes up, I'm sure that my other video will go up as well. I am not very good at editing lately. I have some catching up to do. I got a new job and it's keeping me busy. I probably can't film as often as I want to. I'm still gonna try to and still try to edit. It's a part-time job, so it's not 40 hours a week or anything, but it's gonna keep me busy. That's gonna be a lot. Also, I'm gonna low-key be having something to drink because I didn't have breakfast, so. The other video explains that I'm gonna go see Day 6 in Toronto, and as of today, that is a week away, and I feel like I'm going crazy about it. Like, I can't believe that it's coming up so soon, but like, it is, and I'm not ready for it. I have my flight booked because I'm flying from Boston. I have my hostel booked. I have a ton of people that I'm probably going to be meeting at the concert. If you're watching this, any of you, hi, hello, and I'm so excited to meet you. It's literally crazy that something like that is going to happen. Yeah, so let's get right into the video. I wanted to do a story time for you guys, but as well, I'm mailing out some photo cards today, so I'm gonna be putting together those, so if I don't look up, that's why. Let me grab them so I can do that while I talk. Before I get into the story time, I do a lot of photo card trading. I have like a bunch right here I'm trading in case you want to see the kinds of things that I trade and like the groups I trade for.
I have a clear Taehyun that I'm trading for a clear Kenta from New Moon. I have Hyunjin from I Am Who that I'm trading with the QR code and everything. For Jisung, I'm trading this black bordered Sungmin for white bordered Changbin, I believe. I'm trading the Changbin QR code for Jisung. Finally, I'm trading Donghan's photo strip for Kenta's solid border. Woozy's postcard for Joshua's. Yay, I'm so excited. Trading Shonu's large the Connect photo card for Kihyun's, I believe. Kihyun's, yep. And then I'm trading the Johnny in Dream Diary for Jimin's, and I'm excited.
So, yeah, if any of you trade photo cards or you're looking to trade to your bias, and I just happen to have your bias, you guys should know my biases by now. I have talked about them in previous videos. And then as well, if there's like a group that I haven't talked about biases for yet, I can probably update that as well. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't think about this. Give me 1 minute. I have to grab my Excel list of all these photo card trades that I have to do because your girl didn't think about all that. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I just had to quickly write down the addresses for all of those. I'm gonna try to write like the little notes that I always put with my photo card trades on them while I do this story time, but it might not work out super well, so we may pause. We'll see.
Spoiler alert, it did not work out for Liz and she is a disappointment to the multitasking community. Enjoy the video.
But if you ever want to do a photo card trade, check out my photo card trading Twitter at cherrykyani, and all my active trades are on there that I want to do right now, and then every time I get an album, I'm going to try and update with the photo cards that I want to trade, if I want to trade any. So keep an eye out on there. Y'all know who my biases are, so if you ever get my bias and you want to trade a photo card, I'm down and I'm willing to go worldwide. So your girl is hitting you up. Anyway, story time. So as you can tell by the title, your girl has been lonely and has been trying out some dating apps, and we're not gonna throw this dating app under the bus because I don't know, I mean, I'm not that pressed about it, you know, like, it happens. So okay, we're back for good this time, I promise. Did y'all see that, like, right over there? That was creepy. I think it was just a piece of dust, but like, ooh, okay. Well, now that my hair is completely dry and all my photo cards are ready to go out, I can finally get into this story time. So I'm gonna try and say, like, go through this story really quick because y'all don't want to sit through a 30-minute video once again, I'm sure. And I need to get going and do stuff and eat lunch and all that good stuff. Yeah, as you can see by the title, it's really sad, I guess. Not really. Honestly, I think it's hilarious. And I feel so proud of myself for doing this. But basically, okay, so all those dating apps out there, your girl uses a few because she's lonely and because she is curious. I don't know, just wants to look at the pool. Is that a weird thing to say? I just want to see options at the same time, you know? Like, sometimes it's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, like, maybe I'm ready to date. And then other times it's like, I don't know, I just want to see, like, who's out there. And, like, you know, just kind of, like, see if my type is out there and, like, go for it. So, I don't know. Anyway, that's what I like about those kinds of things. I get really nervous, actually, about, like, something serious coming from it, which is kind of sad because that's the point of it, usually. The one that I'm using is known for hookups. I don't use it for that reason because your girl is not about that life whatsoever. Oh my god, no. Like, no. Just not me. Like, you do you, but not me. Not me, right? So I have been using this app, like, on and off for a really long time. Like, when I was at college, I wouldn't download it, but I would download it more when I was at home, if that makes sense. I don't know. I just figured that it's better if I don't know the people or, like, see people I'm going to school with on there, because, like, God forbid something happen and make things awkward and there's, like, a wider range of people to choose from near where I live. I'm sorry, this beret is making my head so itchy. But that's what you get for buying a beret from Walmart. This app, yeah, I had matched, like, a decent amount of people on it, I would say. Like, it's in the 100, possibly 200 range. Like, people will unmatch or delete the app, and then it's like, oh, you know, it drops the number. So I can't say 100%, but your girl has done a fair amount of swiping. But the issue is that I'm really picky. So, like, I'll swipe no for, like, a ton of people, like, a ton of people, to the point where it's almost really sad and I feel bad about it, but I'm like, they're just not my type, and I'm horrible where I will judge the looks of people and not read bios or anything, but that's just because I'm on a mission, and my mission is to see if my type is out there, and if, I don't know, whatever. Shallow me, shallow Liz, goes on her swiping spree, whatever, right? Come across this guy who was 4 miles away from me. Not even 5, 4, which is, like, incredibly close. It was the town over close. And I was like, holy smokes, this guy is so hot. And, like, this was like a, are you sure you live near me? You're so hot kind of hot. Like, how the heck have I never seen you in my entire life before kind of hot? Like, what the heck? So I was just like, I was blown away. I was like, oh my god, okay. Was so blown away by how hot he was. And, like, I think his bio was, like, really basic or whatever. It said something like coffee over tea or, like, pizza over, like, I don't know. It was something kind of stupid like that. But it was okay. I was like, you know what? It's fine. I decided to super like this guy, or, you know, like, go the extra mile and really throw it out there that, hey, I like you. I think you're cute. I'm swiping. So I do the super like, and I, like, sit there and I'm like, I'm never gonna hear back from this guy, like, ever. Like, there's no chance. Like, no way. Not. And by the way, because of, like, who the person is now, I'll insert a picture, like, at this point.
Oh shit, biatch, that is one fine man. No wonder Liz fell for it. She was in too deep. But let's give them that well-deserved promo.
And yeah, just because, like, right now it's like they're obviously well known, as you can tell by the title, but me back then thought this was a normal person that just happened to live near me, and I was like, what the heck? Like, but no, it turns out that he's fake. But we'll get to that. I swipe, wait, like, nah, I'm never gonna hear back. I think it was like the next day or later on that day, I got the match. I got the notification for the match. I was freaking out. Pretty sure I let out a little like squeak of like a oh my god kind of deal, and it was lovely. I was so happy. I was like, oh my god. And he messaged me first, which was like, God was listening or something, right? Like, he sent the message first. I didn't even have to like sit there and not say anything, because I get too nervous to message someone first unless like there's something that I want to ask them. Like if they have something on their bio that I'm like really curious about, or like through their pictures, like then I'll say something first. But for the most part, I'm like, I'm not that pressed to find someone, and a lot of these people are using this app for hookups anyway, so I'm like, whatever, like you're probably not as great as I think you are. And that sounds so mean, oh my god, but like a ton of people really do use that app for like all the bad things, right? Which, not knocking the app, because once again, I've used this for many years, many moons, as my friend Teresa would say, and honestly, like, it's kind of sad. We start messaging back and forth, and his initial line was something like, "Are you the red Skittle?" And I was like, I think I said something like, "Oh, why would that be?" Like, you know, like flirting, like, "Whatever would you say that?" And so he was like, or he messaged back and he was like, "Because I like that one." And I was like, boy, like, oh my god, like, oh my god, like, I was freaking out. I was like, this boy thinks I'm cute too, like, hello, hit me up. And so I messaged him back and I was like, how ironic, I like that one too, like trying to be all like coy or whatever, right? No, it was stupid. Anyway, so we messaged back and forth for a while. I'm like asking him about like, hey, like I saw you're 4 miles away, like where the heck do you live, if you don't mind me asking? And he told me he was around a hospital that was the town over from me where I live, like around that area. And I was like, oh my god, like I live the town over, how have I literally never seen you before? Because I go to that downtown area like every once in a while, like I pass through it like all the time. It's like how I have to get to my old job at the music venue that I worked at. Like I would have to go through that area, including past that hospital area, to get on the highway to go to work. And I was like, how have I literally never seen you before? And he was like, oh, you know, like I just am around the area, whatever. And he was like, yeah, that's so weird. And I was like, okay. And so I asked, I was like, okay, obviously you didn't go to the high school I went to, which was like the public high school of like a couple surrounding towns. And he was like, no, I went to high school a little further away. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe he went to like a private school or like a religious school or just like somewhere else. Maybe his parents just weren't feeling that high school, because honestly, that high school had a lot of problems. So I get it, and I'm not surprised like whatsoever. Like, you do you, it's fine. So we're messaging back and forth. I was like, it's so weird though that I haven't seen him in that town. I was like, whatever. And as well, I was thinking like, oh, maybe I should ask a couple of my friends from that town that live in that town, because I have friends that live in the town. I was like, maybe I should ask them and see if they'd ever seen him in like elementary school or something, because like middle school as well, maybe he went somewhere else. Maybe I just didn't know enough people at the time in middle school that like I wouldn't have seen him. But I think he was like the same age as me, so I was like, that's weird, we should be in like the same grade. I think I somehow brought up the music that I like. I somehow always have that conversation with people. Do you see these? I swear to God. Sorry, I bumped that, but I swear to God. That is so weird. It better just be dust, because I'm honestly panicking, because I've been getting into like ghost stuff more and more and more, and like I love that stuff. Like I feed off of it. Like it's incredible. It's like my power source. And so like I swear to God, if these are like spirits, like not today, Satan. But it's not even Satan. Moving on. We start talking about my music taste, K-pop, of course, and I bring it up, and lo and behold, yes, he is Korean, or like Korean American, as he said. He said he was Korean American. And we were talking about it, and he was like, oh, okay, so you like BTS or whatever. And I was like, yeah, you know, I used to be into them like a little more than I am now, blah, blah, blah. And he was just kind of like, oh, that's cool. And so I decided to ask him, because I was really curious, because I think he said that he spoke Korean a bit at least, or he was like, oh, my parents came over when they were younger. I'm like the first descendant born in America. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I just asked because I was curious. I was like, so how much Korean do you know? And he was like, oh, I'm like half fluent. Like there's times where, you know, I like can speak a bit of it, but I'm still struggling with like some things. And he was like, oh, I'll listen to K-pop if I'm like trying to understand more words or vocabulary or sentence structure or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool, like interesting, that's awesome. Yeah, we had talked for like the rest of the day. Like the conversation was somewhat steady, and of course I was freaking out to my friends like, y'all, look what's happening, this boy is literally gorgeous, oh my god. Yeah, I was like really intrigued because I was like, never seen this guy before in my life, and I passed by like a decent amount of people, and especially the town over. Like, here's the thing. I live in New Hampshire, right? And New Hampshire is known for being very white, which, but the town next to me, like where this guy said he lived, has a private high school, and I almost thought that that's where he would have gone to high school. It was like a private academy, but it wasn't the place that he went to. Like, he said that he went further away, so I knew that it wasn't in that town. But this school is really well known, like, around the world, actually, for education, for, like, a high school. And a lot of Asian students will come from, like, China, Japan, Korea, anywhere in Asia to go to this school and learn. So, like, that's not a surprising place to see Asians, if that makes sense. Like, and I'm not trying to say anything like disrespectful or weird or whatever, but it's just literally the facts. It's not a weird place to see Asian kids because they're all like high school age, you know? They're leaving the school, going into the town to do shopping, get some lunch, just hang out, like do whatever they can, like when they're not taking classes. So I was like, okay, well maybe, you know, I had passed by him sometime and just didn't know because there's so many other people that walk around. And it's not like I am looking for this stranger when I'm like really young, you know? It's like, of course I'm not going to know that I saw him at any point. But the next day comes on, and get this, the next day was my birthday. And for me, my birthday is like this kind of thing where I'm like, I get excited, but like I also know to like not get my hopes up really high on my birthday, because like recently, this is so sad, but recently like my birthday has just not been like super great. And I think I've like realized that like throughout the years. Like when I was like 10 and under, we used to have birthday parties like every year, and they were all super fun and they had themes and everything. And then once I reached the age of 10, it stopped, and like we didn't do it. And then as well, not to throw shade or anything, but like family members, like, you know, everyone gets really busy. They kind of like stop shopping unless you're like granddaughter, daughter, whatever material, right? Maybe they'll get you like gift cards or whatever. And I just find that as you get older, things feel less personalized. So anyway, this is completely off topic, but I just felt like, okay, you know, like my birthday is not super crazy special anymore. But luckily, I had my friends messaging me and being really cute at like around midnight, and they would be like, happy birthday, Liz, and like make all their little posts. And like that's how I know that I have such good friends, is when they do really cute things like that. And I know that they'd like give me the world if they could. And like, oh my god, like it's so cute. No, I love them. They're the cutest people ever. So they made me feel a lot better about my birthday. One other thing is I noticed that like people online, like on Twitter, I'll have like a lot of mutuals and everything on Twitter, but like people still don't really like know unless they would visit your page and see something, or if you like tweet about it and they see your tweet. But I don't like tweeting and saying like, hey, it's my birthday, give me attention, because I'm like, I don't want to ask for the attention. I feel like that's just rude and like, you know, really egotistical and everything. I don't know. Anyway, so I didn't want to do that. I didn't. I kept it kind of on the down low. I had a few friends messaging me. I had people from college like posting on my Facebook, whatever. And never mind. I'm not even going to go there. Okay. Tea gone. It's cold. We're leaving it behind. We're throwing it out the window. It's off the boat. Boston Tea Party all over again. The next day comes along. I'm like talking to this guy again. Don't even mention that it's my birthday. Why would I? There's no reason for me to. My age changed on the app though because it was my birthday, so I figured maybe if he saw my profile at all and saw the age change, he might have known, but even then it's not like a big thing to bring up. So didn't mention it, didn't bring it up. We're still talking like normal. I'm the one that messaged him first. We had like had a few different conversations about things, and like I thought things were going well. I was like, hey, you know, like we're talking, we're getting along, whatever. And then later into the day, my mom and I went out to do like a couple errands, pick up some Chinese food for dinner because we were just like, you know what, we want Chinese food tonight. And it was just her and I that night, and we're like, it's my birthday, let's like go get some Chinese food. Went to get our food, like left the store or whatever to go get our food, and I literally remember driving like through like traffic lights. Like the traffic light was green, we were driving through. I remember like sending my message or whatever, right? And like waiting for him to send a message back. I had locked my phone, we walked into the place, ordered our food, sat down, unlocked my phone, go to the app. His messages aren't there anymore. And I'm like, what the heck just happened? Because not even 2 minutes ago, we were chatting. I come to the conclusion of he either deleted the app and got like too nervous or something about it, because I asked a couple friends about it. They suggested that idea, oh, maybe he was just really nervous, things were getting serious, that happens a lot, I would do it all the time, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, you know, like I've kind of done that before too, I get it. Or he unmatched me. And those are the two options there really are. There's no other options to pick from. And so I was like, this is weird, because if he unmatched me, I'm like, things were going well, it made no sense, I wanted clarification. But if he deleted the app, I was like, I still kind of wanted the clarification, like, what did I do wrong? Was I being too pushy? Blah, 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 whatever. People are too, like, set on ghosting nowadays, where they just will not send a message back. I'm guilty of it, and I completely get it. Like, sometimes you're too nervous to say anything, you don't want to hurt people's feelings, but you're almost hurting their feelings more if you're not saying anything. Super butthurt, very confused. It was my birthday, I was sad. I think like a couple days had passed. I had gone into work at the music venue, and I have like coworkers there that I would always talk to, always get along with, and one of them is like my work mom, and I love her with all my heart. I would tell her all of my boys' stories from college anytime I would come back for the summer to work, and I would tell her about all of them. She would give me some advice and say like, sweetie, like, you know, just like if they're not willing to put in that effort for you, she was like, if they're not willing to put in any effort for you or be clear with you, then they don't deserve you. And I was like, girl, ma'am, I'm gonna give her a fake name because she's gonna need a fake name. Or you know what, I'll just call her work mom. So yeah, work mom, love you. Thank you for all that advice because you're so sweet. And at the same time, she'll like tell me different stories of like her past too, and I think it's really cute. So we'll just like exchange stories. And her husband works there too, so like he'll overhear the stories sometimes and be like, Liz, what the heck are you doing? Like, oh my god, he literally tried to set me up with his son one time. That was interesting. And yeah, anyway, okay. So I tell her this story about the guy. I'm like, listen, like I unmatched with this guy. He was super hot. Pulled up the pictures because your girl screenshotted like everything. Like I screenshotted all of his pictures on the app. I screenshotted our conversations because I was showing them to my friends that night before, because I was like, he's so freaking cute, and like look at all these like cute things that's happening, like we're flirting, this is great, whatever, right? And I do that a lot. So yeah, anyway, I share a lot of things with my friends about that stuff, and sometimes I think it jinxes it. But, like, I'm telling her about the story, and she's really suspicious, too. She's like, that's really weird. And I was like, I know, I'm just really confused. And she had asked me, she was like, have you, like, Googled him? I'm like, I looked him up on Facebook. So I'd looked him up on Facebook. He had 3 pictures that he had used on that app on his Facebook. It had where he went to college, which it said his college on the app as well, so I wasn't that surprised. And then there was nothing else. Like, that was really it. I think it said one thing about sports, which he said that he liked sports or whatever too. But I was just like, interesting. No friends, no other pictures, no posts, no nothing. And I was like, maybe he just privated like a lot of it. I don't know. But it was really weird to me. And so I told her, like, no, I didn't look him up. I looked him up on Facebook, but that's it. And she was like, maybe you should try Googling him. So I think it was, like, a little later on that night. Keep in mind, this show was, like, really basic. Like, people weren't going that crazy. So it was, like, kind of an okay time for me to actually be able to look up all these things and, like, show her all these things and have my phone out. I think it was, like, on my break, I decided to go over, I think I looked up his Facebook again, and I looked him up on Google. Nothing was coming up on Google. It had one kid's name because he posted his first and last name on this app, and I'm just gonna be straight up. The first name said David, and I remember looking it up and being like, okay, there's no David on Google that comes up with this. Or, like, it did come up with it, obviously, but it was not for, like, him. It had it under that private academy school that's in my town, but like I said, he didn't go to that school. So I was like, interesting, nothing comes up, like, it doesn't have any information about, like, the college he went to, because it said he went to a community college, and I was like, this is really interesting. I don't know. I told my coworker, I was like, that's weird, nothing's coming up, and then I was like, oh, but you know what I did find? I went onto Facebook, and I was looking at his profile picture, and it said his profile picture was uploaded on, I think it was, like, Sunday, and this was, like, I think this was, like, Thursday, and I was like, that's really close. Like, that means he probably might have made his Facebook that Sunday, because if there's no other information on there, I'm like, interesting. Then I go to the utmost length, and I'm like, you know what, work mom, like, we're really gonna go for this now. So I take the pictures. This sounds so creepy, and I swear to God I should be like an FBI agent or something, because I'm so good at this stuff, and I've helped my friends find things before that they're like, oh, Liz, like, can you find this picture of so-and-so K-pop idol, like, in this outfit from this day at this performance, whatever. And then, like, maybe an hour later or something, like, after I've had enough time to, like, do my research, I can find it, send it to them, and be like, here you go, like, look at that, without even knowing the date, without knowing the location, without knowing, like, anything, just knowing the artist name, and then looking up words like gray sweater, or, like, stripes, or, like, glasses, or whatever, right? I do the utmost, and I was like, I know that I can reverse Google image search these pictures from this app that I had screenshotted of the pictures he uploaded for, like, his profile pictures. So I go through each profile picture. I think he had, like, 6 in total or whatever. Finally get to one of the ones at the end, because, like, nothing else had come up, which was really weird, because I'm like, okay, if he got this off of Google, like, these images would be here. Finally, something comes up on the website We Heart It. And if you know the website We Heart It, you know that people will upload celebrity pictures on there. They upload, like, inspiring quotes, just, like, cute, pretty, whatever pictures, aesthetic, anything. That's when I'm like, bingo. Okay, here we go. Your girl is ready. We're gonna find out who this guy actually is, because he's not David. I click on the website, scroll down, and find the picture. And I was like, oh my God, like, this is on here. This means he might be a celebrity. Like, what if he was a K-pop idol? I was like, someone was tricking me with a K-pop idol. But at the same time, I'm like, I know a lot of K-pop idols right now, and I feel like I would have known if he was. And I was like, he's definitely not an idol. Scroll down more, and there's a username underneath the picture. And I'm like, this is it. Oh my God. So I click the username, and it brings me to Instagram. And it shows me the guy's picture, or, like, his profile page or whatever, right? And it had a Korean name on it. It was like, I can't remember what the guy's name is, but, like, I remember it was like S something or other, and it was a Korean name, and I'm like, that's not David. That's not David. I scrolled down a little more. It says YGK model, and I'm like, he was catfishing me with pictures of a Korean model, and on top of that, this guy has 12,000 plus followers, and I was like, at that point, I was laughing so hard. I was practically screaming, like, at work. I was like, oh my God, work mom, like, look at this, look what I found, oh my God. And, like, we were high-fiving each other. We're like, we caught this catfish, oh my God. I scrolled through his Instagram, found every single picture that he used for this dating app. I was like, oh my god, of course it's not him. Like, his English is probably not even good like this real guy, and even if it was, like, obviously he didn't live the town next to me. It was just really fulfilling to actually catch a catfish. And so I decided, like, how I wanted to end it was I went to his Facebook. I could Facebook message him even though we weren't friends on Facebook. So I Facebook messaged him, screenshotted a picture that I liked, and on top of this, one of my friends had liked this picture, and it was Teresa. So I went to Teresa and I said, oh my god, Teresa, you knew who this was? And she was like, oh my god, I thought he looked familiar. And I was like, Teresa! Like, are you kidding me? You could have ended this so much earlier, but it's okay, because honestly, like, who would even, like, know? Like, unless he was an idol and she was like, oh my god, Liz, no, he's an idol. Like, she's not gonna remember that. It's fine, whatever. I thought it was hilarious. I still love her for that. I was pumped. So I messaged him with the screenshot of the picture that the two of us liked. And I was like, oh my god, I didn't know you were like a famous Instagram model. Sent message. Never heard back. I don't think I have heard back, actually. And I don't think I'll ever hear back from this guy again. And I don't know who the heck was pretending to be some Korean model from YGK on this dating app. But whoever you are, if you're watching this and you were the one that did that and unmatched me on my birthday, well, here's saying hello to you. I think it's so funny. I love this story so much. I think it's so hilarious. And honestly, catching a catfish feels so fulfilling and just like cleansing, and you get the closure you're looking for. Maybe not good closure, because this super hot guy doesn't know I exist now and is a model, and of course never gonna date him in my entire life. That would be the funniest story. Imagine if I came back with another story time, like, I'm dating my fake catfish or whatever, right? Like, oh, what a story. But it was hilarious. I loved it. Oh, and then on top of that, work mom was like, you know what you should do is you should send a message to the company, let them know that someone was pretending to be them, which that's honestly, like, good idea anyway. But she adds on, she's like, well, obviously you want to work for, like, Korean companies in the future anyway, right? Like, why don't you just throw in your resume? And I was like, I can't just throw in my resume when I'm, like, reporting someone for catfishing some random model in their company. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I did send a message to the company just to let them know, because I was like, you know what? If I were a company and someone was pretending to be one of my clients, I'd probably want to know. So I sent the message, whatever, never heard back from them. Don't really care that much about it because they're busy. They probably don't care that much, but just figured I'd let them know in case. Yeah, so that's my story of catching a catfish. I used the app, I think, only like a couple, maybe like once or twice more after that story, because actually it did really mess with me. Like, it made me nervous to trust people on that app. And mostly because I match with a lot of people that are very similar to a guy like that. Like, I'd look for, like, the top quality looks, or, like, you know, just, this is weird to say. I don't know why. Like, I don't talk about dating life, just, like, okay, I take that back. I tell people a lot about, like, boy stories because I think it's really fun to talk about them. And as well, I love getting advice about it because your girl obviously is not doing so well in that department. So it's like, whoever can tell me anything, like, please do. The moral of this story is, do not ghost people. Do not pretend to be someone you are not, because you're just going to hurt someone who is a real life person's feelings. And lucky enough, I'm the kind of person where I can just laugh it off and not even care. But there's other people out there that are gonna get butthurt and, you know, like, are gonna be really, really upset about it. So be careful with who you're talking to. As well, just make sure that you're nice to everyone. And also, dating apps kind of suck. They're not really that great, like, no joke. Like, I've heard some success stories from them, but for real, like, I'd rather just keep on dreaming about meeting someone in, like, a cute movie way, whatever, right? Like, a cute rom-com movie way, even though Lord knows that's less likely to happen. But that's it from me. If you want any updates about anything, Lord knows that I'll probably share them. So I hope you guys enjoyed that story time. And if you have any dating advice, leave it below for me or for other people that might be watching this video. Shout out to my boy who's that YG model. You're really hot. I'm just letting you know that. I don't know, like, hit a girl up, like, come to Boston and, like, I'll show you around or something. Oh my god, imagine if this video got me a YG model boyfriend, because I literally am just like, hey, I caught a catfish of you, so... And that's the tea, and that's actually the coffee. Have a great day, everyone. I hope that you don't have to go through things like this. If you want to hear any of my other sad relationship or crush stories or anything like that, like, let me know, because I love talking about this stuff. I think it's all really funny. Like, when I look back on it, I think a lot of it is actually really hilarious. It does take me a while to get over some things, but, like, it happens, you know? Like, life happens. People won't always like you. That's just how it is. Yeah, let me know if you want to hear more stories, because your girl has a ton. But I wanted to share that one because I thought it was, like, really funny, and I thought it kind of had, like, some resemblance to this channel. So, I don't know, but peace out. I'm gonna go eat lunch and drop off all these, photo cards. So if you ever want to do photo card trading, just go to my Twitter at cherrykiani. That is my photo card trading Twitter. Yeah, I will see you all next time. The next time I see you actually is probably going to be the vlog for the Day 6 concert. So I'm super excited about that, and I hope you're all going to look forward to it. And I can't wait to meet all my friends there. And yeah, okay, I'll talk to you all next time. Peace out. Love you. Bye-bye.